Hey everyone, I have a very quick overview and I suppose a slight review of this LionSteel Collector's Edition Barlow Slim. So I was speaking with LionSteel when I was buying the Bolus and just mentioned that there weren't many reviews of the slim versions. You can find plenty of the kind of original Barlows, and they very kindly sent one along for free, just to basically for me to be able to put a video out. So I've had this now for a couple of months or so, kind of putting it through some pretty minor, if I'm honest. I'm not a heavy user. It's not gonna go through an awful lot. But just kind of like, yes, was carrying it, feeling it, seeing how it's going. So yeah, it's going to be a kind of European, UK-based review. So any Americans out there watching this, it's not going to have your quick one-hand opening and massive blades, I'm afraid. But I did want to show you a very quick comparison of the various different kind of types of knives that you may have come across. So obviously this is the Barlow Slim. From a UK point of view, that is the Spyderco UK PK. So you can see the overall length and everything there is very, very similar. Again, the put that next to it, the Pioneer X. So it's not massively similar. It's a little bit bigger. It's not too much. The Spyderco Urban, which is much smaller. And this has got custom micarta scales on. And then finally, for anyone who actually has one of these already, this is the bolus in the ram's horn. And you can see that very, very similar overall kind of length. I think the cutting edge on the bolus is slightly longer. But they're all quite similar. They're all sub 3 inches, non-locking. The actual blade itself is M390. I do find that LionSteel do M390 really, really well. I've had quite a few M390 blades now, and I've always liked the LionSteel ones. I love the overall kind of blade shape. It's very people friendly. So although there is a bit of a tip there, because everyone knows the penknife, it's people know that blade shape, and although things like the Spyderco Urban and especially the UK PK, people see this and they just think it's a bit stabby looking. It fits the law. Everything about it is kind of law abiding, but it is just a little bit more aggressive looking than something like this, which is incredibly lightweight, incredibly small and thin. And will just slip in your pocket. Obviously, two-handed opening, closing. I'm not much into the walk and talk, to be perfectly honest, but it's very nice. It's got a nice pull. It's certainly not going to come open unless you really, really want it to. Obviously, you've got your half stop there. My preference is always to have some form of finger guard, and I think, that little bit there that sticks out. So if you're making sure that you're holding it there, if you happen to catch it, that's quite a lot of pressure that I'm putting on that there. It's not really going to pinch, but then it has got the half stop if it does kind of get to that point. But I've not had any issues with it. As long as you're using the knife properly, you're not going to have any issues with that. Overall fit and finish. So this is the diamond milled titanium version, which was my favorite, to be honest. They do have a blue one. They also have a micarta if you wanted something even lighter. And speaking of the weight, actually, LionSteel actually have this down at 88 grams, which I thought was a bit heavy on the actual website. When I weighed it, it's 58 grams. So anyone who is thinking, oh, do I want a small knife weighing that much? Yeah, it's definitely not 88. This Pioneer X is about 88. This is almost half. It's 58 grams. So really, really lightweight, really easy to carry. It's so thin. Compare it with, let's say, the Pioneer, for example, and it's just, it's night and day. It really, really is much, much thinner. Really simple to carry. There's no lanyard hole. There's nothing that you can clip anything to. So, bear that in mind. The one thing I do like, actually, that LionSteel and MKM, depending on who it is. So this is their little pouch that they sell separately. Out of all of the pouches I've tried, I've tried various different ways to carry, Swiss Army knives or whatever else. These pouches I really, really like. Certainly wearing it with shorts, because obviously in jeans you generally got like the fifth pocket or something else. But obviously this does work in jeans as well. Little magnet on either side, one in there and then one in there. The bulk of it goes into your pocket and then it just snaps down. Quite a satisfying snap, actually, if you're into that kind of thing. So yeah, these pouches sold separately, but very, very good. Knife goes in. Just, I suppose, bear in mind there's nothing to pull it out, so it's not going to be a quick release thing. But if you just wanted to carry it, cut up your lunch or apples or whatever else, then really, really good. In terms of how it fits now, despite being a bit of a man giant, I've got to say large hands. Probably take a large to extra large glove. Not ginormous. It's a decent. Especially if you're holding it there. I mean, with a knife like this, you're very rarely going to be full on gripping it, to be perfectly honest. Most of the time when I'm holding it, I tend to have my thumb pushing on the back there. It doesn't, there's no jimping or anything, but you don't have a bad grip, and you've got your little bit of a finger guard there to make sure that's not going to go down. So yeah, I find it really, really easy to hold. Cutting up an apple, slicing an apple, whatever you want. It's just so lightweight. To give you an idea of how my hand would be on a UK PK with a finger choil, it's about average, I suppose. So yeah, really, really nice. I mean, there's not really a huge amount bad to say about it, to be honest. I mean, I've carried this now for a few months. The M390 stays sharp. Just a bit of stropping every now and then. You do have, just let me show you this. Inside is milled out. Hopefully you can see that. Just to save on weight. And they've done a really, really good job in kind of, I suppose, turning a classic old school design into something with modern materials. And I know a lot of people that I've spoken to have been looking for your more classic designs, but with decent blade steel, decent handle materials, and this really fits the bill. So very happy to have this. I suppose these two, despite being very similar, both collector knives editions, the Bolus, love the ram's horn. So it's more classic, but it's it's a lot thicker, as you can see there. Weight wise is similar because the ram's horn is obviously lighter, but it's just a thicker blade. So you can you have the best of both worlds with these LionSteels. You can go kind of modern. I suppose this is almost scalpel-like in its design, very clinical, very good fit and finish. Or you can go, more natural with their, ram's horn or some of the other materials that they've got. I've not really seen a bad one, to be honest. I've looked online at the various different kind of models that people have had and the deliveries, and you're not really seeing many bad models come out of these designs. So overall, very, very happy. You can buy these from LionSteel directly. This took about 2 days to get to me into the UK, which is quite impressive considering COVID and Brexit. But yeah, overall, very happy. Super carry, and generally speaking, I would probably pick up another one of these pouches. Again, I'm not a big fan of things being loose in my pockets. But if you don't mind, and you want something lightweight that has a great edge, stays sharp for a long time, then I would highly recommend one of these Barlow Slims. Thanks for watching.